Hey guys, Ray from Love Your RV. Just a quick update on this Jackery 500 power box that I reviewed last summer. You see these all over the place. They hand this out to YouTubers like candy, it seems. Anyway, I'll give you my take on it. It's been actually a pretty good box. The quality's pretty good. I like the way it sits nice and flat. It's one thing. These rubber feet, and it's kind of square, squat build. It doesn't fall over or anything like that. What did I use it for? A number of different things. I used the USB plugs on the front. It made it convenient to throw the cell phone on it, or my Wi-Fi hotspot, or charge up camera batteries, that sort of thing. Just plug it in there. Also, I used this port for my water pump. I have that aqua tank water bladder that I go and get 30 gallons of water, and then I need to pump it in. So I throw it off. It's in the truck, so I throw this on the tailgate, plug my pump into it, and let it do the job. Also, when I was doing a lot of projects, I use a soldering iron, and I was able to use the inverter here to power the soldering iron. Made it convenient when I was doing projects, especially when I was installing a lot of that solar equipment that I did. And then who got the most use out of it was Anne. She's been doing this digital art projects called textures. She gets like little pieces of paper and she puts different paints and oils on it. But part of it is she needs to blow hot air on it to make different patterns. So she is actually using this plug. Even though this is 500 watts, she could plug in the blow dryer and set it in the cool setting, and it worked for her. She found the air was a little too harsh, so she ended up buying kind of like a airbrush. It'd be like a paint airbrush, but she doesn't put paint in it. She just blows with it, and that worked well. So she'd set up her table outside, and then she'd put this box beside her and use it as a remote power. Now we have an inverter, so I could have ran extension cords and did everything without this box, but you know, they sent it to me, so I thought I'd try it out for you. It is quite expensive, $4.99, so the average person, if they have an RV already set up with an inverter and a solar system and batteries, it's probably not worth it unless they have some kind of application where they need remote power. But for someone who kind of does camping in a van or a really small trailer and doesn't want to go through the expense of setting up a solar system, it would work quite well. And like I said in my first review, the downside of these boxes is they take so long to charge. What we would do is when we would drive the truck, I'd throw it in the back seat and put the charger into my cigarette lighter, and it would just live back there until we needed it, so then it would be at 100% charge. Long charge time. I didn't like it. One thing I mentioned was the inverter fan. On mine, when you turn the AC on, the fan runs all the time. But some people have told me that the newer ones, that doesn't do it. I've had a few people comment theirs doesn't do that, so maybe this was an earlier generation and they've changed the firmware in there or something so that it just comes on and then turns off again. But that was kind of annoying, because one other application Anne used this for was her electric blanket at night. When we're boondocking and I want to turn the main furnace down, she has an electric throw, and it takes 135 watts max, so she could plug it into this box and get a night or two out of the charge of this box. So it kind of helped when our batteries were run down. I rather than come off the RV batteries, I just set this up and plug her electric blanket into the. So I guess it could be used for a CPAP machine as well. But that's about it for the box. Oh, one other thing I found that I'd like different is this 12 volt is maxed out at 10 amps, which is fine for my small water pump, but when I tried to run my air compressor in it, it didn't have enough oomph. My air compressor can draw max 30 amps, so I wish they would increase the amperage on that plug. So that's an update on the little 500 model. Now recently Jackery also sent me their new 1000 watt model. It has a 1000 watt inverter and a little over 1000 watt hour battery in it. Works out to about 100, close to 100 amp hours. So it's quite a bit bigger, a little heavier than this, but it's got a few more features. So I'm going to be reviewing this in pretty soon. They actually told me to hold off on the review of this because they can't seem to keep these things in stock anywhere. I guess because every YouTuber on earth is reviewing them, so they become a very popular brand. So they sent it out to me and I got it and was going to review it a couple weeks ago, and then I got a note, can you please hold off on the review? So I'm holding off on the review of that. But you can see sort of the difference. There's 3 plugs here. It's got the 1000, and you see the fan comes on and goes off, so they've corrected that. And it's got some extra USB plugs here, a quick charge and a USB-C. Looks like they put a cover on that. And also they've put in these Anderson plugs for the solar input. And they also sent me their solar panel. It's kind of a foldable affair. Folds out like that and is a 100-watt solar panel. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that. I'll see what this thing can run. If you have any suggestions you'd like me to test on any of these boxes, and I have the stuff available, I can do a test for you. I don't think this thing's going to run a microwave, maybe a very small microwave, but it should run a shop vac or maybe a toaster. I'll try a bunch of stuff on it and we'll see how it goes. Also, if you missed it on this one after my review, I took it all apart, so if you'd like to see what these things look like inside, I'll link to the review, the first review, and the video where I took it apart to have a peek inside. Anyway, that's it for now. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Thanks for watching. Cheers, everyone.